You're listening to WeP3 Radio, produced with the partnership of Reason Across America Radio, with the mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach the future generations the value of freedom created by the men and women of our country. Currently playing on WeP3 Radio, Matt Williams, Relapse.
Should have known with you, it would never go my way. After all, it is my life, and nothing comes to stay.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Boom,
bam, says Shannon.
Oh, here we go.
Must have just got you at the right time there, Mr. Book.
Who got it? Who's there?
Howdy diddy. Shannon Book.
Mr. Shannon Book. Bam!
Shannon Book. We can just share this because it's always one of our favorites.
I know it is a favorite, isn't it? Because
I mean, you kind of look like
picture.
You kind of look like a skinhead a little bit.
Because I'm in there. That's the only reason, you know.
That's the favorite. That's the favorite part.
The team down in Texas doing their things.
It is.
Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. I don't know why. I'll have to share this after. I know everyone's going to want to know, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? This is what I was thinking. What are we talking about today? Great question, Shannon. Who has any idea at all? We're going to talk about what the People's Patriot Project is doing. Yeah, you're pointing the wrong way. So you gotta learn to point the right way.
You're not
Eichmann.
mine. This is the right way.
No, is it for real? No. How you're not right. There you go.
Yeah,
There.
no, but on my screen, I'm telling you, it's the right way.
Yeah. Well,
That's weird.
Come on, Eichmann. Come on.
We're going to talk about a little therapy for Peterson's talking issue.
Therapy.
Well, therapy. Is that,
What does the sound of artillery sound like? You ever wonder what the sound of artillery sounds like?
Artillery ready, calling.
Boom. Here we go. That's terrible. I don't like that one. All right. This is our episode of who knows what we're on. We don't even know. We don't keep track of this one. We don't like our other show that we do on Sunday evening. We're at like 250 now, I think. I know I should probably know better. We're not at 250. 250 is on April 27th. We were on episode 245. But we've been doing this probably a year shorter of that, which would be minus 52. I mean, that's what so maybe, I don't know. We can go back and look, maybe. It's all on YouTube. Yep. Having my moment. Let me have my moment, Eichmann. This is March 24th, and we are the People's Patriot Project. And we got a number of things. We do a number of things. We got your 6 at 6. It used to be called Patriot Playtime, but now it's the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6, and then we also got WeP3 Radio, where you can hear like people like Shannon Book and his song Dear Mom. I talked about you this weekend, Shannon Book, just so you know. Talked about with that amazing young lady, Jill Stevenson. Just talked to her and about her son and some of the things we're working on. And you will find Miss Jill featured in Shannon Book's video of Dear Mom, Gold Star mother who lost her son, Ben Kopp. So our network is constantly on our mind, constantly on literally on our lips. The people that do it a lot tend to like it a lot. That's what I'm thinking, right, Shannon? I'm messing with you, brother. Yeah, twice. There you go. So of course people can see this. We got your 6 at 6 into a podcast form, so you don't get to see all the verbiage. We try to put it out there, but our listeners and viewers and such who get there. If you didn't get a chance to see last night, well, I'm all over the place again. I apologize, Miss Eichmann. It's hard. Pump the brakes, right?
You're great. I'm just going to sit here and look cute and read the comments. We're good.
Well, you do great. I'm missing one of my sheets right now. I found it. The tough part about like on our one sheet, I'm just sharing this. This is administrative duties here, folks. If you want, when you put the link in there for this week's YouTube, I see I can do it.
Yeah, click on it. Quit changing it.
I didn't change nothing.
Well, last night it was changed.
I didn't change that either. Actually, you and I were in that document at the same time. And I said, oh, Andrea's in there. I don't have to do this. Oh, you know what? Oh, so check that out. You might want to see where that link takes us.
What link are you talking about? What link are you talking about?
The link to the YouTube episode from yesterday.
There's not one.
You might want to see where that takes us. Well, there was one. I just cut and pasted it and put it in the thing, and it's not. It is what it is.
Well, you made it disappear
by cutting and pasting it.
There's no live link for me.
Okay, so let me.
It's right there. There it is. Now it's back. I don't know what you went to, but it took me to last night's episode.
this is weird. As we're working through our technology difficulties here, folks. She's smarter than I am, and that's the truth.
No. Nope. Can't
So,
go
will you do me a favor? And I don't know, again, now it's gone again. You guys are probably going, what are these yahoos doing? For whatever reason, when I hit the link in that one that you have on there right now, now it does say remove link, which is really super weird. Because that's not what I want to do. I want to copy it. Oh, for Pete's sakes, people.
Why are you trying to copy it? It's a live link.
You're right. You're right. So the people, when you get a chance, log into our show sheet so you can get the link for the YouTube account so that you can see what the thing is. So, because you all have access to our WGY6 at 603-232-005. Just log on to that to get the YouTube link so you can see last night's episode. That'll help you a lot. All right. So, Did you see our spat we just had? That was our spat.
You see Peterson still fuming? Again, I just used the link again. It took me right to the show from last night.
I can't tell you what's going on. Would you like to see?
No.
When I hit?
Nope. I would like to just get rolling.
Yeah. All right. So, in the comments, you now will see our YouTube link to last night's show. One of those things, man. Life's life. We had our guests lined up and doing the live show. Stuff happens. And so we didn't get to see one of our guests come on last night. It's all good. Life's life. So Andrea does a lot of pre-talk. Miss Woodman, good to see you. And I kind of stepped on her a little bit on the intro. Do you want to do your intro?
I mean, I can if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell you, let me just say, Peterson talks a lot. So I just listen, then I learn, and then we just go on with our lives.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
That was all right. Listen, this is me, Andrea. We are doing our weekly debrief, which Mark went on to share a little bit about, like, I don't know how many episodes of this we've done, because anyway, it doesn't matter. These are not dated by episodes. So we come here every Monday at 16:30, and we tell you, oh gosh, we want to share what we're up to these days, which clearly is just organizing our show sheet from the night before. And then we like to share with you other things that we are up to and what we're doing, and then what our guests and our watchers are up to, like good news, mostly, right? Last night, our guests and our watchers, we had a lot of people popping in last night. Pretty cool. Thank you for being here. All incredible comments and questions. It was sponsored last night by Smart Living. This is presented to us by Brian Kenzer, and I am an active participant in the Smart Living world. You know, I say Smart Living, but it's healthy. I can't take any credit for smart or not smart. We also appreciate the others that are sponsoring us on the show and through our newsletter. We have Catch 22. We have the Boho Hobos Hideaway, Contagion Effect, who we really need to catch up with again, and then Operation Texas Strong, all out there sponsoring us. We also need to throw out a great big thank you to Green Hills Contracting. This is a veteran-owned and operated contracting company out of Moberly, Missouri, and Mr. Timothy Newton, who's been on our show, who went to Nashville with us. He got us connected, and they do a great little fundraising deal for us. Can't thank you guys enough. If you want to check out the Brian Kenzer Smart Living, you can reach out to him. He is, I have a link right here for you to check it out. This is a way for you to get on the right side of your health. We'll be supporting American families, jobs, and the economy. And then in a little way, supporting also the WeP3 mission. You guys, if you get a hold of him, I need you to mention that I sent you there, because I'm going to talk about this. It is a company that is self-sufficiently operating in the United States. It creates the products. Is that the right word? Create. All products are made here in the USA. It's all shipped with USA businesses. It is funding American families and American jobs. And I gotta say, I really, really, really love the products. There you go. You got that. All right. So that's it. That's what we're doing here. That's why Mark.
Can I interrupt a little bit?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would think that, oh, you guys are jumping on the bandwagon of no tariffs. And no, this is what we've always done. We've always promoted American made, American produced. I would love, it's not our thing. And again, I would love to sit down and have the conversation about what some of the things are going here offline. I mean, I don't have anything to hide, but at the same time, we are in a space that is kind of right away in itself. And, you know, there's a whole concept. And again, I get in trouble because we do non-political talk on here, because we believe that we have brothers and sisters on all spaces and places and in everywhere. And again, it's non-political. And I think one of the worst things to do to bring into our environment is that political conversation. Only because we see it is making people get butt hurt. It is making people do things that they wouldn't normally do. It's making them say things. There's so many corners I get backed into in this. It's ridiculous. I don't care who you are, where you are. If you are destroying someone's property or someone's space, place, or entity, you're not right. I don't care who it is. And again, it seems like I'm earmarking or ear tagging a particular group, space, or something, but it's not. Thanks, Pat. You're kind of stepping right in the middle of it right there. It's wrong. It's wrong. I don't care if it's costing us extra money to fix what you're breaking. You're wrong. Period. I can. Maybe we just need to sit down and have these hard conversations. No political crap, Mark. I appreciate you, Pat. You didn't plant the seed. That it's. I'm sitting and watching and seeing what's happening, and it's like, where has common sense gone? And I know that some people will fight me on that, and that's okay. Sit down and talk with me. Sit down and have a conversation. Why is this okay to do? I can tell you why some of the things that are happening are okay to do, at least to my perspective. Let's share, and we'll do that another place, another time. We will not ban, turn away, turn our backs on any man or woman who has put on the uniform. If you need help, if you need support, we are here to help you. Yeah, Pat, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, brother. I have learned a lot. in my space right now, and it is what it is, and we'll get it.
Pat.
If you knew all the stuff behind the eyeballs right now, it was just
boy.
go ahead, Andrea.
No,
Go
I was
ahead,
just going to
Andrea.
ask if you have that amazing mayor still, Mr.
Oh,
Estenson.
you're getting all up in the details.
I know. I haven't talked to him in so long. Anyway, thinking about visiting out there. I'm going to go visit his mom out there.
Be careful, Pat. If this person is heading, you're gonna have to have a escort at the city boundary, and you don't want it.
Oh man, I love
Yes.
it. I love it. I love it.
All right. Focus.
No, did you see how I got him? I got Peterson from talking about stuff. Do you want to talk about our guest? Can you just introduce him, then I can talk about his music? How's that?
We can do that. So last night,
of course, she doesn't talk much. Adam's mom doesn't talk much. Don't tell her I said that. I want this. This is right.
You know, the funny part that's I'm doing some good. I'm doing good and not good. Police escort, yes. And we won't have a conversation about who would be talking more in the room because I don't know this lady, but I know this lady over here.
Okay, you're talking about Mr. Glenn Baker.
Yep, Glenn Baker. We're going to talk about Glenn Baker. So we don't always know. I mean, we get an idea, we follow, we rehearse, so to speak. One-Eyed Buffalo, one of my favorite places to eat in the old Thermopalace. Great. You can get the swinging steak there. Everyone loves a good swinging steak. I do. Why is it the one eye? Why isn't it bison, Pat? Tell me
why? Right, because the buffalo are from Europe, right? Bison are USA.
And what's the official? I'm going to look something up. Last night.
There we go.
Yeah.
Talk.
I know.
Don't look it up. You're
interested. I know. I'm not looking up anything.
Liar.
I am still. I know. I'm not looking up that. I'm looking up something else. Because one of my favorite all-time movies in the history of life was Dances with Wolves. I know. I'm off subject now. Dancing with Wolves. And I didn't know for sure how Shoshone said bison. Now I know in the movie, and I'm not sure what the tribe is in Dance with Wolves are. I'll have to look that up too. But it was Tatanka. And that was bison. But yeah, I just wondering why it's called the One-Eyed Buffalo. They got live bison right there at Thermopolis. And I know that's a thing too, Pat. You guys had to shut that park down, didn't you? And tell me more about that if you get a chance. It is what it is. I follow a little bit. Did you see that? He says you are correct.
I didn't see it. It's not even documented. We have bison here in Hastings too. You know that, right?
They're not the same. Those are the European ones. Those aren't the same.
Well, straight off the.
There's a big boy up in there. Pat actually took and showed him to me. I had a police escort to go look at the Tatanka up there in the park. Anyway, Glenn Baker. So a lot of times when we do our interviews, we kind of know the story in advance. And a lot of it is related to or service-oriented issues. We also have come to real Ryan Schultz. Catch the big one, Brog. Catch the big one. You're lying, Pat. Pat's lying. He's a liar. He is not. He's not riding no one-eyed buffalo. Was there a one-eyed buffalo in the park right there? Is that why? I'm just asking now. So with Glenn Baker, there's a gigantic part of his story that we didn't really understand prior. He's got a message in all of his music. He's got a message in all of his music. A lot of it is based on his service, but a lot of it is also based on a message that leans one way. And again, there's a piece Andrea has asked me and begged me to put on all of our shows, and that's a disclaimer. Not that we're disclaiming what Mr. Baker has to say, but we don't. Andrea doesn't always agree with me. I don't always agree with her. We don't always agree with our guests. Our guests. We've had guests that don't agree with us, and we've had some hard conversations, which it is what it is, man. I don't always get it right, and I don't always have the I don't know if I will say the right knowledge, but all the knowledge. And again, also when you're looking from one focal point, and I'm willing to learn all sides. There is times where you just kind of put your foot down and say, I don't agree with that. And we're just going to have to agree to disagree. And some people don't like that. Glenn had a situation happen with trusted people in his life after his service. And because of the situation, he was incarcerated because of someone else's illegal activity that ultimately pinned him as the perpetrator. And in the communities he was in, I don't have the whole backstory. I don't know the whys, but he spent nearly 3 months in jail because of someone else's activity and behavior, and he paid the price for it. In the meantime, he literally lost everything. He lost his home. He lost the things that he owned in that home. He lost everything.
Lost his job.
Lost his job. And I mean, I've been in a place and space and time in my life where I didn't have a lot. I can't imagine. And there were times that Mr. Baker was like, why continue? Why continue? Now, he's also strong enough to say there was never anything he was going to do about it, but that he was like, okay, God, you can take me if you want to. And that's some of the messages in his music. And because of resiliency and his relationship with his God, he was able to battle back. And now he is currently working on helping provide exoskeletons for veterans that need walking supports. We asked him last night, and I can't remember the dollar amount. Let's see if I wrote it down. I didn't write it down. The dollar amount. I want to say it's in like the hundreds of thousands of dollars for an exoskeleton to help veterans walk, and that's his mission now. And he uses his gift of music to help that. He does have a featured movie that tells his story, where he came from, where he went, and what he's doing. And the name of that feature is, I gotta go look at the name of the songs because I don't remember everything right from hand. Nope. Finish This Fight. Yeah. Is the name of the movie. And so what a dynamic speaker, passionate person, Some of the things that have happened to, he's lost his eyesight because of the things that he had to deal with in regards to being incarcerated. And he's getting a surgery that hopefully will correct that. But what a blessing it was for him, for us to have him on our show, and for us to hear his story. And so that was Glenn Baker. Again, make sure Andrea's got the link in the chats.
What do you want me to talk about the music then?
Yeah.
After the, yeah. What? All right. So he was our guest, but he was also our musician last night. I have I'm gonna come clean right now. I was reading about Gable Stevenson's loss.
Well, you rotten sock.
Well, sometimes
we should talk about that, but let's get through the song, and then we'll go back to Gable Stevenson, because this is actually fits our narrative a little bit. Granted, Gable doesn't, or Stevenson doesn't, but what happened this last weekend does. And we'll talk about it briefly today. We also need to talk about Joe Meisch and what he's doing for us.
Yeah, we do. All right. Well, let me tell you about Glenn's music. Glenn, honestly, okay, this first one, and it's funny, not funny, touching. It's very touching. So Glenn went to basic at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He was just deployed during Desert Storm. The song Finish This Fight starts with some cadence calling. And this is from his drill sergeant from way back in his training in 1989. Why did Jonathan have to put way back? Like, as if those ages are old. Anyway, this was the first song that we played last night. His intention with the music video was to show, and the video is very good, was to show people what it actually means to sign the dotted line and give your life over to a life of service. Freedom is much deeper than a word. Freedom is abundant life, right out of his mouth. Ties right into his second one. It just was touching, and this is what I mean when I was talking. He was touched. He hadn't watched the video in so long that it got him. He got him with his own music, and anyway, but that was very, very touching. Then his next song was Freedom, and the name of the song was called Freedom. So after we have freedom is much deeper than a word, it is abundant life. The first song he released after getting back into music, he took a little hiatus, but that song was called Freedom. It's also his first music video and his first country song. It's, as he says, about God and country. Then he woke up in the middle of the night and wrote a song in about 15 minutes. That is a song called No New Normal. He's also taken his Finish This Fight, the song, the movie. He's turning it into an organization called Finish This Fight Foundation, or Triple Foxtrot. We know how that works, right? Because things get long and then you have to shorten them. So anyway, he just even went back to talking about that video that he hadn't watched in so long and how it just touched him. And he just wants people to know, whether you served or didn't serve, to be reminded or to be shown it's not just you or that person making that decision. It affects a whole community around you when you sign the line and when you go off to serve. So that was his music of the night. Very, very, he's got so much more. Very talented. And where can he find it? Where can we find his music?
On WeP3 Radio. I thought you were like really testing me. Like
Your face was-
Spotify, YouTube, WeP3 Radio. Yes.
Yes, WeP3 Radio. And I'm sorry, you looked like you're working on something.
No,
hey,
I'm in a rabbit hole. You know how that works.
well, so while I'm at it, let me just tell you next weekend on 30 March at 1800, we have two guests. We have Althea Williams, and she's bringing on her passion about her mission called She Vets It. And then the Jeff Jacobs Band will be here with their music. So, yeah, it's going to be a good show.
I don't know if Pat will confirm or deny this, but I can. I
You
found
certainly
out
will.
that the Shoshone pronounced bison or buffalo as cuts. Yep. That was important for me to figure out. And I also did a little bit of Wyoming history to figure out that it was both the Shoshone and Arapaho, but I haven't had a chance to figure out the Arapaho pronunciation of bison/buffalo in that area. But it was Arapaho and Shoshone that resided in that space, just so everyone knows that.
Because Tatanka was a chief.
I did you look that up?
No, I know that.
Not
I live
okay.
here. I live
All
here,
right.
so I know my history.
All right. Was Dances and Wolves filmed in Minnesota?
No. You don't think we had bison in Minnesota before?
I'm telling you, man. There's a whole rabbit hole, man. There's a whole rabbit hole
Yes.
we can learn.
So, Tatanka
So,
is the Lakota word for buffalo or bison. Lakota.
in Minnesota, it's primary Ojibwe. Just again for people who need to know Native American culture, and I'm an idiot in all that space. I wish I knew more, to be honest with you. I wish I knew more. But let's talk about, because it's important. It was kind of funny. I had someone make a comment to me about it today. But we could talk about Captain America.
I don't when did he get the name Captain America?
I think his peers call him that because he's a second lieutenant. So he's a second lieutenant in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And so I didn't talk. I did have a little thing. There is a rule, folks. And again, I won't burn it down here, but you are not to wear the flag as a article of clothing. You're not supposed to. And I won't go after our service member about it. We see it happen a lot. We see it happen in the Olympics. So I'm not going to that is why the men and women of our country have served, so that you can have freedoms of expression like that. Just like I'm not a fan of people burning my flag or spitting on my flag, but I've learned. Now, if you would have caught me 20 years on this would have been a different conversation, to be honest with you. It's taken some adult growth in this area for me to simmer down just a titch. I don't like it. I will verbally tell you I don't like it. But at the end of the day, there are some significant freedoms you get to experience which was a huge part of last night's conversation. You get to experience some significant freedoms in this country because of the blood spilled by our men and women. And so if that's the level of respect you want to offer the men and women that give you the chance to do that, just tell me who you are as a person, man. It's tell me who your character is. And we'll leave it at that. I will, because I am not a button pusher, will never, ever burn someone's flag, spit on someone's flag, poke buttons based in those spaces. I don't know. So, what else? What were you learning about Mr. Stevenson. And we shouldn't just talk about Stevenson. We should talk about the champion, the national wrestling champion.
Stevenson is amazing. He is amazing. And I know there was a lot of like back and forth about him, peacocking up to Wyatt as he was walking out. And that's actually what he was telling him was only Olympic champions get to wear the flag on them. Okay, that's what he was saying to him. So I'm going to praise both sides, okay? Because regardless of what it was, the fact that Wyatt just walked past him and didn't even acknowledge that he was speaking, I like that because I don't feel like there should be, this is college wrestling. This isn't the WWE. You don't get to stand in the middle of the mat and chirp at your opponent.
They kind of set that up though. I get it.
Still not etiquette. Okay, so then I'm just reading Gable's statement here about thanking the Gophers for the amazing seasons in wrestling. We live for moments like these. I am just fine. In the end, wins and losses will never define what I tried to do for the sport of wrestling. That's big. And he closes it off with, to all the doubters and naysayers that I had this year and will continue to have, regardless of how you feel, you still watched. I don't know. I don't know him. Don't know him at all. My kids in the classroom today got a lot of wrestlers, and they were all so we have coaches who wrestled at the U, and we have some kids from high school that just are in their first year and they're wrestling up there. So the young wrestlers get to go up and get their pictures taken. And so a lot of them have their picture with Gable, excuse me. So anyway, good for him. But I also want to say USA. Anyway, that's all I want to say. And he was a USA in his time, right? And now he got beat, and that's okay. And he took it well.
And again, I haven't seen his post-event conversation, but again, I will lift him up a little higher. It is tough to, in an individual sport like this, where you have worked so hard to get to the level that they're at, to have wrestled how many matches, and Andrea probably has a better idea on this than I do. I had a wrestler in my family, but she had 3 high-level wrestlers in her family that wrestled at all levels other than the WWE. But one of these days we'll see an Eichmann in WWE.
Oh, probably.
Probably be one of the, probably be granddaughter, but it's, you're right. And I agree with you when you say at the college level, there shouldn't be that chirping. They did kind of set the thing up to do that because, I mean, they do. It's changed a lot over the years. Now they turn the lights out. You do your run out song. They really are hyping this up as WWE or WCW or all, whatever you used to watch in the day, WWF. They are kind of changing that culture to get that next emotional feed into it. So I don't necessarily, I know me as a strong male, I wouldn't put me in the same category as those men in that area. But when you are at the pinnacle of competition and there's no place to let go of that emotion other than just probably, hey, you're kind of stepping on me and you haven't quite earned that yet. Granted, he is a United States service member. I know there's a lot of people that are really pissed off that he saluted And someone made a comment to me today, and I said, you can politely shut your mouth. That is his commander in chief. And to be honest with you, the salute is more than appropriate because he is the highest in command in this United States. And it is 100% appropriate for him to do that. 100%. Kind of got angry there. Sorry.
You did. Yeah.
It's people who haven't served have no effing idea.
I do.
Well, that's not an attack at you, but I mean, you've got to experience more than your average Joe in the realm of being involved in the events, being involved in the spaces, watching and seeing our men and women who've lost life and limb and all that. You've been in that space, and you've seen last night grown-ass men crying because of their emotion. There's a piece that got missed is, I'm having my moment. Sorry. Mr. Baker, another emotional tie to his first video is his son is in that video with him. And as gets to, and so there's another piece of that in the fact that his son had to be in it because the military wouldn't let the person that they had previously picked to be in that video, because of some of the it's not controversy. It's just it's painting the picture of losing our veterans to suicide and to other related issues. And so the government said, no, we're not going to do that. When I said the government, the military. And so, yeah, I'm all over the space again for a minute too. But
wait, I need to know if you can hear this. This is one of my favorite entrance songs from when my kids were younger. See if you can hear it. Ready?
All right.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the
Okay, sorry.
I feel I'm losing my brain in a sense. I can't remember Steven's Run Out song right now. It was a Johnny Cash song.
No, we had a guy on our team. This was a funny one. His name was John Paul. He came out to Big John. That was funny. Hey, Willis is here. Sorry you had to hear my...
Willis, good to see you, brother. Boom. We all mixed up today. We got some stuff. It's good stuff. So, again, why did we talk about the Gable Stevenson conversation? Wyatt Hendrickson is a serving member of the Air Force. And, again, there's some good things in his future, but just always excited when a service member... He is the heavyweight champion of the United States right now. And he'll hopefully, his plans are to stay in the sport and to continue to train for the next Olympics as well. So we wish him luck. We actually started the conversation of maybe we can see him in maybe our arena.
Maybe our interviews. That would be way cool. Sorry, I get so excited about wrestling. And it's been a while.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, that's fun stuff though. You know what
You probably get excited about wrestling as much as I get excited for show choir. I miss it too.
Probably. Well, that's up. I will bet I didn't have anyone in show choir. We didn't get any gifted singers like that. That's a bummer.
And you're in the show choir capital of the world down there in Hastings.
Director Warren, they're good.
Hastings stole them from St. Francis. I got a border battle with Eichmann on this stuff.
Yeah, I mean his dad was here for like 30 years, so it was gonna happen, I think. Did
he graduate from Hastings High School?
before my time, but I think so.
Maybe.
This would be a great topic, and we won't do this on today's show, but I would love to know everyone's opinion on Trump not just showing up at the D1 wrestling. Any president, I don't care that it was, I mean, it's Trump because he was there, but I don't know. And maybe that has happened. But for wrestling, you guys, wrestling just doesn't get, I mean, we got Mark Wahlberg showing up, and there was another actor, like they show up, but a president, and he sat through the whole thing. I mean, he was a little late. He missed the first couple. That probably was a security thing. But don't you feel like once he was in, everybody was locked in, and that was that? Or maybe people could get out. But anyway, I thought it was a big deal having a president watch D1 Wrestling Championship. Okay, so I'm going to just tout the little Wreaths Across America. Any of you that know anybody buried, it doesn't have to be a national cemetery, but the national cemeteries that are covered by Wreaths Across America, you guys, $17 allows you to either sponsor a wreath for the volunteers to put out, or at those who allow it. I know Fort Snelling, which I run here, Fort Snelling allows you to put a wreath on a specific grave. And I got caught up in, I said, I run with the help of that guy, and a team of others. I'm only saying I, because I have to make the notes for the meetings. That's the challenge. $17, you guys. So I do it $17 a month. So I sponsor 12 minimum. That's also because I like to know how it works on the backside all the time. Make sure it is working on the backside all the time. We're also a sponsorship group. So if you have people at Fort Snelling, or you would like to sponsor wreaths at Fort Snelling, you know what? Here's the deal. For being the third largest cemetery, national cemetery, we don't get nearly enough wreaths. Oh my gosh, we don't get nearly enough. And so it's just $17 to sponsor one wreath. I would ask you to think about whatever cemetery you might have someone, or that you might be buried at in the future. I know one of our guys, one of our volunteers, just got his plot squared away at Fort Snelling last year. Like, he was pretty excited about that. So anyway, think about that. Go to Wreaths Across America, find the cemetery, the national cemetery. I excuse me, checked the Punch Bowl in Hawaii. I have an uncle there, and they do grave specific. So I was able to make sure that my uncle got a wreath this year. And then I just got a bunch of his memorabilia from my aunt, uncle, and my mom. A couple weeks ago, he was in the Navy, and my grandma had all of his things when he passed away. And so now I have several of those things, and it's kind of exciting. I have a couple of his patches, and his, oh my gosh, there's like a yearbook of his basic training. That's crazy. It's weird. So think about Wreaths Across America. I put a link right there. If you are the donating kind, you give $20 here, $20 there. Think about it. You give $17 to sponsor a wreath to be placed on the headstone of someone who served. So thank you for that consideration. Gosh, you guys, I just don't know. I just want to thank everyone out there who watches, who comes consistently, who cheers us on, who makes us feel like we're doing something worthwhile here. Our supporters, our fan base, our people that watch. And Willis, thank you, because we like watching you back. Not creepy, but yeah. And I gotta throw out a big old thank you as well to Beth King, the Crayon Eater's wife out there. She's a posting fanatic, you guys. Sometimes her stuff is dead ass serious, and sometimes it is funny. It's gonna make you pee your pants. So check out Beth. Check out our social media pages. She's out there. Thank you, Beth. Can't thank you enough. Yeah, so check it out. We're trying to just kind of expand our horizons and get out there on social media more. keep people interested once they show up. And if you guys can think of anything else, let us know. Thank you so
We
much.
got to get. No, we're not done yet.
No, I'm just saying thank you from me, dude. I can't sit still anymore.
So real quick, we got Joe Meisch of Temple Massager. Pat, if you're there, buddy, still, you got to get your hands on one of these and let your officers use it. It's kind of weird to exchange, but I mean, even if you got one and tried this thing, you think it's a novelty thing. I've got one, and I absolutely love it. This is the Temple Massager, and I'm not smart enough to tell you all the things that it does, but it has aromatherapy, and then you can use it to massage. And you can't see me right now, but I can see myself.
So he's over there massaging his temples, just so you know.
Yeah. If you go to templemassager.com and go to purchase this, and you put in WeP3, you'll get a 20% discount. And the whole thing is you can massage all this stuff with equal pressure with 6 different tips, because you can flip the tips around. It is one of the most amazing experiences I've had it just literally, when we had Joe on sharing the product, I was using it during the show. I just got done talking to Andrea before the show. Didn't know that we were going to do this. And this seems kind of hokey, and I don't do hokey at all, folks. I really don't. I had just this pounding headache, and I don't normally get headaches. That's the other thing. But I used this during the show because I was demonstrating, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it altered me as a human being for the rest of the show. Go take a call, brother. Go do it. So get on there, Temple Massager, and go get a product. Use it. There are some things in this. I get afraid to answer this one or say this one, in the fact that he's got new improved devices coming out. But don't wait for those. I mean, you can, but this device will work in the office. The alone time is showing. Be careful, brother. Be careful. You can use it in the office. You can use it at home while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're running a podcast. It works. The tool does what it needs to do. Bottom line. Gosh, I had another thing that we needed to talk about, but now I can't remember, and it is what it is. The link for Temple Massager is in the chats. Go check it out. Get them rescheduled, man. You'll do it. You'll do it.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we should play the tearjerker.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, especially because the video is so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So last night, and that is, so do we got anything else?
I got nothing.
We got one more comment up in there. I don't know what it is, but because I'm on a different screen right now. But right now, we're going to go ahead and finish
tonight.
Go get them.
Check it out.
David Willis on his show tonight. We have Mr. Glenn Baker, and he's going to finish up our show today with Finish This Fight. Come check us out Sundays at 1800 Central Standard Time. We got your 6 at 6. Mondays at 4:30. WeP3 Debrief. And you can always hear us on Heroes Media Group, on Reads Across America, and you can always, I already said WeP3 Radio. So, boom. With that, get her done. Patriot Pride.
Forward. Halt. Left. 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 Right. Your left. 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 Right.
some poor girl with a lifelong plan took the oath like his old man, then turned around proud and shook his hand. L.A. kid stood right behind, took a deep breath and signed on the line, while tears streamed from his mama's eyes. They hopped right up on that Greyhound bus, swapping stories. They laughed and cussed, and they talked about the girls that they loved. They made a pact, shined up their boots, got the call before it hit the news. No clue what they were about to do. The rain was hot, still felt like rain. He saw the blood on his buddy's face, then he fell right down where he lay. Took his hand, looked in his eyes, pulled him close, said this ain't goodbye. The last words he spoke never left his mind. Fear not, you won't be alone. I still got your back, no matter where you go. Stand up, remember where you're from. You're not close to done, it's time to roll. So go on and finish this fight, soldier, strong. They flew him home, his girl waiting there. They rolled him out, and all he did was stare. She said, baby, it's alright, God answers prayer. Fear not, you won't be alone. I still got your back, no matter where you go. Stand up, remember where you're from. You're not close to done, it's time to roll. So go on and finish this fight, soldier, strong. He stood close by his buddy's grave, gave a salute, then he walked away.
Around the hair she wore yellow ribbon. She wore it in the springtime and very much of day. And if you ask her why the hell she wore it for that soldier